Okay, so at some point I need to do like a top 10 things that I'm reading right now because every week I have a couple of books that are just amazing. Uh, this week, the first things I read, all of which were pretty freaking good. Um, First off, I read Wild's End. I cannot wait for this to come out in trade. This book is just so good. We're halfway through this series, and I mean, every issue I read, I want the next issue. When I finish it, I want to read something else. Um, it helps that in the back of this book, you get all of this text, history of what's going on in in these boroughs, and I mean, this book is just absolutely phenomenal. Um, this book was a lot of interaction between the author and the colonel, and everything that's going on between them. And it was really funny. It was really serious. You've got a serious War of the Worlds type story going on in this. So, I mean, there's nothing new about that. But just the way that it's done in this book is, to me, just freaking awesome. Um, I still like Alfie and everything's going on between him. I like that the mayor guy got vaporized at the end of the last issue, and so this issue everybody's trying to kind of drag along his assistant guy. Oh my god, man, that was just so good. Um, Outcast. I really like this book. I think that a lot of people that read books that are a little slow um, fall off them. They're not really entertained by them. Um, I read a lot of actual books and novels that I like storytelling, and I think the storytelling in Outcast is top notch. It's one of those books that is really right up there. Um, in this book, you really kind of got a little more understanding of how the demons are really out to get our main character, how that the priest is kind of insignificant, other than pushing the story along. Um, I love the demons in this, and everything about this. I love this freaking book. Uh, I don't understand how anybody. I heard 3 or 4 people this week talk about how they were going to drop this book, and um, if you didn't read issue 5 because it pushes that story forward. And it's man, this was a great issue of this. After 3 and 4 kind of being, you know, um, kind of filler, not really moving the story forward, this issue absolutely moves the story forward. The exchange between the priest and our main character is, yeah, issue 5 of Outcast was top notch, man. Maybe my favorite book that I read. Um, it's hard to say, um, and I'm going to mark this down from this day forward and see whether or not it's my favorite book I read, because I really freaking like it. Is Hexed. Man, this book is good. Every issue of this book is freaking phenomenal. Um, Dan Mora's art on this is freaking amazing. The storytelling on this is, I mean, I don't know that I read a better book than Hexed. Um, and if this is not an ongoing series from Boom, then I'm going to crazy be disappointed. If they cut this off at 7 or 8 issues, I mean, I'm not even saying 6. If they cut this off before 8 issues, um, I will stop reading Boom. I won't read no more of their. Well, I'll read Woods. No, cut it all off because that is how good this series is. Um, this issue moves everything forward. Lucifer finally gets out of the painting. Um, the struggle of what's going on with Humphrey is, finally taken care of. Oh my gosh, that issue was so good. Um, Anybody that's not reading Hexed, issue 4, Boom normally does trades after 5 issues. I would highly recommend Hexed. Man, that is so good. I don't even want to talk about anything else. That was so good that there is almost nothing else to talk about. But I read Red Sonja, started the new story arc. I really like this story arc. We've gone 12 issues of Red Sonja without her being a killer. I kind of like what they did in this issue, where she is cursed by a wizard. She cannot forgive, and so she just slays. Non-stop. Her not being able to forgive anything. Somebody spills a drink on her dress, and she beats them to a pulp. Really like where this is going. I was kind of thinking that I wasn't going to like it because of the fact that she was dropping her entourage, but I like it that she picked up a guy that's kind of an entourage with her, which was kind of funny. Still, Gail Simone, main Red Sonja title, just, knocking it out of the park. I don't understand this. Everybody seems to be so hyped on witches and about how scary it is and all of this and, blah, 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 blah. And I really don't like this series. I wasn't going to pick this issue up. I was just going to go ahead and pick it up and trade. But I heard so many good things that I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and pick it up and read it. And I honestly still don't get it. I didn't get it in the first issue. I don't get it in this issue. Jock Arc is freaking awesome. Scott Snyder, I love him. And I will read American Vampire until he stops writing it. But I just did not really care for this issue. If I were to rate this on like a scale of like 1 to 10, I would give it about a 4, and that would be totally based upon Jock Art, not on the story at all. It's about all I got to say about that. I just don't get it. I'm sure there's series that I read that other people don't get, and that's the great thing about this is that we can all talk about series, we talk about books that we love. Maybe you don't like Hexed, and I respect that. I don't understand it, but I respect it. But I just don't get this book. And anyway, about all I got to say about that, and I'll get off here and get back to reading some comics.